Nick, hi, how you doing?
I'm great. Hello, nice to see you.
It's great to see you. Listen, welcome to Pop Indoors. And ladies and gentlemen, everybody's watching. This is the one and only Nick Steward from Gallivant. Everyone, fantastic. And it's been an interesting journey over the last 2 months or so for all of us. But you've very kindly given up your time today to share with everybody a little bit about Nick Steward and who you are and your background and everything else, because you've got quite an extraordinary array of fragrances that we have here at Pop here in Knutsford. So now, Nick, not look, I don't know if anybody knows your background. I mean, but do you want to share it with us a bit?
Yeah, I suppose I'm what people would call an industry veteran. I've been in perfume for over 20 years, and I've worked for very big brands, people like Paco Rabanne, that everyone globally has heard of.
Wow, okay, yeah.
I went to work for a small, very pioneering niche house called L'Artisan Parfumeur.
How long were you at L'Artisan Parfumeur? I mean, it's an incredible product, great brand.
A long time. So that's a big chapter for me in my career, in my life. Yeah.
So what was the light bulb moment? I mean, to Gallivant.
I suppose I had always wanted to start my own business and be my own boss. The freedom that brings, which is always attractive, I think. So I think maybe it was also turning 40. That kind of.
40. You look good, Nick.
You think, okay, if I don't do it now, I'll never do it, and then I probably regret it.
Yeah.
That was probably the pick. Yeah.
And I mean, in the initial stages of your journey, I mean, was it tough, or you just flowed into it? Was it?
I suppose like everybody who's ever started a business, it's a roller coaster. There's a lot of ups, there's some downs, and you have to be creative and resilient. I love it. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of what we've achieved. I'm so happy to be in shops like yours as well. So it's great.
And it's kind of a nice thing because, like, with Melanie and I, and Mel discovered you, I have to say, and brought into Pop itself. So yeah, it is like that. But, as a new business, you are sort of trying to deliver your passion, and you are incredibly passionate about what you do, Nick, and we love you to bits. We love you to bits. Listen, at the moment, it's a tough gig for all of us, right?
Yes.
Now, okay, very fortunately, Mel and I are local, so we, literally very local. But unlike yourself, that's been, locked down. And is it you're in London at the minute?
Yeah, I'm at home in London. Yeah.
Right, but you is travel. I mean, you've been all over the world, and it must be so tough for you at the moment. So here's a question for you, just out of interest. If you were to, what's your first place? What would be your first place when somebody says to you, Nick, you can go anywhere? Where would it be?
I think I'll just walk around the corner and get my hair cut. Because, my hair hasn't been this long since about 1996, so that's the first calling, for sure. Yeah.
And thereafter?
Then I want to go see my parents. My parents live in London, not that far away, but I haven't seen them now for a couple of months. So that's very strange.
It is a tough gig, but obviously there's certain restrictions that are being lifted a little bit, and there are. There's a little bit more freedom as such, and equally for us in the shop, we've got to find ways of because our customers wanted to come.
I'm sure they do. Yeah,
yeah, they are, and it's really something that it will happen. It will happen.
Yeah.
Now, Nick, I have to say also, your brand's quite new.
Yeah.
Now, I believe 3 years.
Yeah, we launched in the spring of 2017. So just over 3 years old. So I'm still a little toddler. I can just about walk on my own now. That's progress.
But from look, what I have to say, Nick, is that the the PR coverage that you have had by some of the most I mean, I'm going to read just for the viewers out there. Bearing in mind, only 3 years you've been established.
Yeah.
You've been nominated so many times for each of your fragrances.
Yeah.
And I've got a list here: the Sunday Times, the Times, the Wallpaper, Vanity Fair, Vogue, BBC, FT Weekend. I mean, this Grazia, it's incredible. Now, listen, this is an absolute tribute to you, because it shows the quality that you are creating and producing for people to recognize in the industry that you are brilliant. I mean, it is fantastic. Now, I mean, all of these, and I could go on because there's more, but I mean, the next nomination, and you have recently been nominated again. I mean, do you still get excited about it?
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, I get excited today as I did the first time one of our products appeared in a magazine or in a newspaper. It's like all my Christmases have come at once, really.
Well, you deserve it.
Say that again, Peter.
You deserve it. I mean,
listen, it's the quality of the perfumes. That's my feeling. I think, in a world where we're all overwhelmed with the amount of stuff and everything, all the advertising, there's so much noise, but I think people still feel quality. So that's my belief.
And it shows. It shows. Because I have to say, look, the shop itself, Mel and I have been here 9.5 years or so, and we've been championing fragrances and artisan fragrances and perfumers and noses and people like yourselves that have that knowledge and passion to produce something that is quite extraordinary. The consumer, the customer that's coming into Pop is looking for your type of product. Yeah. I mean, and we've seen this trend. I mean, is there how do you feel about that? Is it something that you can share with us?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's music to our ears. People like you and I, we're independent business people. So I think a part of it is people love to support their local shops.
Yes, very fortunately.
Local
supporting.
But I also think it's people's desire to have something a bit more personal, a bit more special, a bit more unique. When I produce a perfume, I don't make very many bottles. So, we're a small batch producer, and that's how I want it to remain. I want it to feel personal and sort of down to earth.
Which, without question, there is that feeling. And every time we take one of your fragrances off the shelf here, and to introduce it to our clients, it's they may not know Gallivant brand or who you are and so on, but again, it's not, like you said, it's not about this advertising and everything. It's about what you have created and put in that bottle, which I have to say, Nick, listen, our customers come into our shop, and they're trying new things. They always want new things, which is great. And there's always favourites, of course. And there's even now, at such a short space of time, favourites from our customers with Gallivant. So they're coming in wanting, because it's run out. It's run out, and it's a. Hang on, just a second. It's a 30 ml. It's a 30 ml. So they buy it, and they use it because they love it, but it's only a 30 ml. Now, a lot of our customers are saying, Peter, Mel, Danielle, I need a bigger bottle, or why have you just stuck to a 30 ml? Because it's amazing.
Yeah, the 30 ml idea came for several reasons, really, Peter. I mean, first of all, my brand is about travel and exploration.
Yeah.
So it's logical that I've done a little travel-friendly size. That's key. But I also like the idea that, all of us have a small perfume wardrobe. So for me, it's important to wear different perfumes on different days. That keeps the nose well exercised, actually. I like to wear different perfumes on different moods. I'm sure a lot of your customers are the same. So that's why the 30 ml felt right. Now I'm 3 years in,
Okay.
smaller following, which is wonderful. I do get a few requests for 100 mls, so watch this space. Let's see what I can pull out of the hat.
Well, we will watch this space, but I have to say, despite the fact that it is a 30 ml, there's so many elements you can look at with that, because particularly at the minute, look, people are indoors, they're not traveling, and but you can, for what I have to say, Nick, is quite an incredible price point I just don't really understand how you it's £65 for a 30 ml.
Yeah.
That is crazy. It needs to be twice that. The quality, I'm serious, the quality of your fragrances is insane. I mean, and you're charging £65 for 30 ml. You sort of like double that up and so on. This is seriously something that within the industry that Mel and I have been in for 40 years or so. When you get that quality, is superb. But it does allow people to experiment and try. And we're going to have a bit of fun in a minute with you, with some sort of. I'm going to run through your product, and there's 8 fragrances that we have here, and I'm in a second. But there are a few questions, that our customers have put to you. So bear with me 1 second, and I'll just get that out of the way. Oh, in fact, that's what I'm wearing today, as it happens. Right, so let's have a little look to see now, Nick. I've got a question here. Would you ask Nick, where was the last place that took his breath away? And what was he looking at?
Good question. It was a trip just over a year ago. And it's actually the destination that's inspired the next Gallivant perfume launch. So Gallivant.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to tease you. I'm not going to say where it was, but it's somewhere between London and Beijing. So we're on that side of the world.
Okay.
And I was standing looking at the sky in this huge expanse, this huge country, and it was breathtaking.
Wow.
It was breathtaking to be on the other side of the world and see it from a different perspective.
It answers that question, and it sounds amazing. We want to be there right now, I have to say. That is brilliant. And I've got another question here. Can you ask Nick what's his favorite place that he's visited for his urban collection, and why?
It's always really difficult for me to say, do I have favorite perfumes or favorite places? Because of course I love them all. London is my home, so I have a special emotional connection. But right now, I kind of wish I was in Los Angeles.
Oh.
The weather, this time of year, the nature, spring in California, in Southern California, is just beautiful. The flowers, the blossom. So yeah, I kind of wish I was in Los Angeles today.
Oh, fantastic.
Luckily I got the perfume, so I can kind of go there remotely.
But this is the beauty of it, is that because you have travelled all over the world, and your experience. Look, your fragrances are about your experiences from these places, and you're reflecting what you produce in them. And in fact, we're going to find out in a minute about each of the fragrances that you have now. I think there's 8.
Yeah.
We've got them here, and I will be asking you a question to describe each one, and we'll just see. We'll just see. But I've got a question here. Another question. My favourite Gallivant fragrance is Amsterdam.
Ah, hurrah! Okay.
How did Nick? Hang on. How did Nick come up with this unique? It's got unique mix. Or formula, I suppose.
Yeah, listen, Amsterdam is definitely very unique. All the perfume critics say to me they've never smelled anything like it. It's really very spicy, built around saffron, but ambery. So there's a very special amber accord in the base of the perfume, which we create. There isn't one amber. It's a composition of materials, and we create our own. So that's what makes it special. Yeah.
I love it. And again, you mentioned an ingredient, saffron, and I'm sure that everybody watching will know. But just to say, for those that don't, saffron, I think, in terms of an ingredient in the world of perfume, is the most expensive that you could work with. Is that right?
Yeah, it's the price of gold, basically.
Price of gold, and it's in a Gallivant fragrance at £65. Like I said to you guys out there looking at this video, I don't know how he's doing it. It's just insane. The quality of Gallivant is just mind-blowing. So,
yeah, Peter, unfortunately for my accountant, I seem to like really expensive materials. So, as you know, I use Oris, the iris.
Oh my God, the price.
I use that a lot. And that kind of breaks the bank. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. If the perfume's good, it's worth it.
Amazing, Nick, incredible. Listen, I think we've got one. I can only fit one more question at the minute because there's lots of questions that have been put to us, Nick, and which is lovely. And but we can't ask them all. So the last question I'm gonna ask of you today is, and this question says, I know that you, Nick, have been to Knutsford.
I have.
As I attended your last event with Pop.
Yeah.
What would Knutsford smell like if it was part of your fragrance collection?
Okay, so first of all, my love to Knutsford. I think you're all so lucky to live here, really. It's delightful. So it's got to be a really charming perfume, very green. You've got a lot of beautiful nature and walks. So I'm going to say sort of green and mossy. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I tell you, everybody, I'll have a bottle of that.
How quick can I make it?
Fantastic. Okay, Nick, thank you for the questions. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody out there. I can't ask any more questions because of time, but I'm going to put to Nick a little challenge. Nick. Okay, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to present to you each fragrance that we have here at Pop. Yeah. And now I know it's going to be very difficult because I want you to describe in 2 words, just 2 words. Okay.
I'll try and follow the rules.
Okay. Now I've got them here on the table here in the shop. So I'm going to present them one at a time, and you can give me 2 words to describe them. Okay. The first one is Amsterdam.
Dark and cozy.
Oh, totally agree. Next one, Berlin.
Crisp and sober.
Crisp and sober. Yeah. See, I've smelled all of these. I know. They're great. Next one, Brooklyn.
Fizzy, definitely, and fun.
Do you know? And that's my one today. And it's exactly that. It's exactly that. I love it.
It's a smile on your face, doesn't it?
It does. Okay. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it smells amazing. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate now. Istanbul.
Warm and balmy.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Good. Here's one. London.
Glamorous and gritty.
Glamorous and gritty. Almost, I suppose, a bit like sort of East End boy meets West End girl.
Exactly the song I had in my head. Yeah.
Brilliant. Totally agree. That's superb. Right. The place that you'd like to be now?
The Pacific Ocean.
Oh,
and neon.
Yeah, guys, you got to come in and come in, try it. But I'll be sharing something with you that Nick has actually treated us to and treated you to in a second. Just a second. Tel Aviv.
Sun-kissed skin.
Oh,
Yeah.
happy day.
And flowers.
Oh yes. Oh,
Two
yes.
words. I'm sorry, I'm breaking the rules.
The white flowers. Because you want to. I know. Because it's so tough, isn't it? You're so passionate about these. I love it. Right, and Tokyo.
Incense and calming.
Lovely. I have to say, it's thank you so much for that, Nick. That is brilliant. And because we here at Pop, we do know the scents. We love them, each and individual one of them. We share with our customers the different ingredients and so on. And it's for the customer to make their mind up, of course, as to how they wish for them to smell on them, and of course getting it on the skin. But like I said, it's a 30 ml size, and it retails at £65. But it's just the quality, as I've mentioned before, is quite extraordinary for that kind of money. I mean, it really is a fantastic product. So, lastly, Nick, in a second, where next? I mean, where's your next journey? Where's it going to be?
I have something ready. So all the formula work is done. I've done all the sort of boring regulatory work.
This is for a new fragrance?
This is Gallivant number 9.
Get out of here!
And
wow,
I mentioned orris earlier. It's really composed around this beautiful orris. So it's something really special. It's horrifically expensive to produce, but we're doing it, and we'll still sell it at £65. I won't put the price up. So,
do you still have the same accountant?
Yes, I do. Yeah, she hasn't got rid of me yet.
Well, we can't wait. I mean, seriously, it sounds exciting, and without question, we know in a way of what to expect with regards to the quality. We're just anticipating the scent. Yeah. And you mentioned orris, which is again.
I think you'll be blown away by it. People have a certain idea of orris. Maybe they know Frederick Mal's orris iris.
Yes. Yeah.
This is very different, much more contemporary, let's say. Yeah.
Well, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I know you very kindly sent to us some of your collection of samples.
Yeah.
Which is here, ladies and gentlemen, everybody out there, and it's enjoy a little scent journey on us, and basically it's for everybody out there that goes onto our website, www.pulsarperfumery.com. You can find out even more about the wonderful Gallivant fragrances in more detail. If you've got time, I'm sure we've all got time now anyway. Yes, it's £65. We'll post it out to you. And when we do, with each order, whilst, and I have to say, stocks last, we will send out a pack of the variation of the destinations of the world that Nick's been to and has created fantastic fragrances. So that will go out with your order, and it will be beautifully wrapped as always. So that is that. And I have to say, Nick, it's been an honour, an absolute honour to share time with you. You're such a talent. You're such an amazing guy. You've got incredible fragrances, and that we are proud as a team here at Pop to feature your product on our shelves. We love it to bits. We love you to bits. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me in your beautiful shop. I'm very proud. I'm very proud and happy to be there.
Thank you so much. Nick, stay safe.
Yeah, you too.
Enjoy the space when it's allowed. And, you know, your hair looks great. Don't worry about it. Thank you, Nick.
See you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care from all of us here. Take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye.